So one feature that is optional right now in some ad accounts, but will be mandatory come fall of 2019 is something called campaign budget optimization. Now, I want to go over it because it will be something that's required in the future, and it's actually a really good thing. What campaign budget optimization is Facebook simply going to take the money that you allocate either over a lifetime or a daily budget, and it's going to spread it out between all of the different ad sets that you have within that campaign. Now, why this is a good thing is Facebook is in this to make money, right? They want you to spend your money because you're happy and they want to have your advertising dollars. So they're going to do their best to get you the best results possible. So what this is going to look like is if you had 8 different audiences that you wanted to try, and let's say you were willing to spend $100 a day for a couple weeks to figure out what this best audience is, Facebook is going to take that money and it's going to spread it out between the ad sets. And if one of the ad sets is doing better, it's going to put a little bit more money towards that ad set. Another advantage of CBO is actually that you can scale more aggressively. So let's say you're really liking the results that you're seeing on your campaign. If you end up wanting to double your budget because you'd really like double the leads, Facebook will go ahead and scale really nicely with CBO. If you end up trying to scale your campaign like that without using CBO, you're going to run the risk of probably having metrics that are dropping, meaning it's going to cost you twice as much to get people. Facebook's going to freak out a little bit, but with CBO, it doesn't tend to do that as often. So let me show you how it is that we get this set up. We're going to go ahead and toggle on campaign budget optimization. You can set your daily budget. Now, something to keep in mind is your daily budget generally needs to be higher here. So if you are testing out multiple different audiences, please don't give it $5 a day. It doesn't work like that. You should be trying at least $5 a day per audience. Now, some people can do that. Some people get a little uneasy when they start thinking about $5 to $10 a day per audience. But here's what I'm telling you. Give it a try for a week, give it a try for a few days, a couple weeks, however much you have budgeted to spend on ads, give it a try so that you can have learnings, so that you're not just testing out one audience and saying Facebook ads didn't work. No, you need to try out multiple different audiences to know. So I'm going to recommend give it a few days and tell yourself, hey, this is the budget I'm willing to spend to figure out what works. So that's really important when you're looking at what your daily or lifetime budget is going to be. You've got to be able to budget enough so that your audiences have a fair shot. I would recommend at least $5 a day per audience. So what I do with clients who have smaller budgets is, let's say they're like, Jenny, I'm willing to give you $300 for testing, but that's really all that I have. So then I might say, okay, I'm going to spend $100 of it. I'm going to try out 3 different audiences for 3 days. And then moving forward, I can tell them, here's the audience that we're going to want to go after. So just keep that in mind. All right, next we're going to look at the bid strategy. I'd recommend keeping it at lowest cost possible, but just so you know, there are a couple other options. You can cost cap, which means that you're putting a max dollar amount on what you're willing to spend for a conversion. And then you can also do bid cap, which means that, so when your ads are created, you're actually going out into an auction process. And what this means is that you are competing with everybody else who wants your same ad space and who's using similar targeting to you. And so you can try to outbid others. This is a really interesting strategy, not one I would recommend. Like I said, Facebook wants your ads to succeed. They want you to do well so long as you have good targeting, a healthy enough budget, good messaging, and you're understanding the offer that everybody wants to see within your ads. You're going to be just fine with lowest cost. So that's where I would keep it. Go ahead and click continue. Here you can set your ad set just like you normally would. You'll see nothing else looks different here. And same with the ad. When you get down here, everything else looks exactly the same. So what you'll do is you'll go ahead and submit this. It might make me create a sample ad here. So let's just do, I'll just go ahead and browse the library real quick here. Grab a post from my page or an image from my page. Go ahead, select that. Click continue. Okay, so this is just some sample text here. Let's say, okay, headline, I'm going to say doors closing, doors closing soon. All right, so now what I'm going to do is click confirm. I didn't set my ad set. I'm not actually going to have this ad go live, but I just wanted to show you where you can add in multiple different ad sets, because like I said, this is a really great way of testing out multiple different audiences at the same time. So I will pause this real quick. And then I'm going to go ahead and add in some additional ad sets just so you can see what it looks like. Okay. So we're going to have to give it a second here to load. So some of you might notice that you have this feature already. Others of you may not have this feature already, but it will be something that's coming. Now I'm in my campaign. I will make sure that it's off. You select the campaign and go on over to Ad Set. This is where we can go ahead and click duplicate. So we're going to duplicate it within the existing campaign. So this is my traffic campaign that I would obviously rename if it was a real campaign. And then here we are, we can rename it to whatever your second audience is. Okay, go ahead, select your saved audience. You can click publish. And notice now, if I scroll on down, it's telling me that this ad set is part of a campaign that's using CBO. So I don't have to worry about setting a budget. It's simply coming from that $100 a day that I said I was willing to let Facebook spend. Now, you don't have to spend $100 a day. It can be less than that. That's just an example. But like I said, don't do less than $5 a day per audience. Let's say you want to try out a few more. Go ahead, do duplicate again. It's in that existing traffic campaign. And select your new audience. You can do it for as many different audiences as you are testing. Go ahead, we'll do wedding photographers. And there you have it. That is campaign-based optimization. So what you're going to see over time is that it looks just like all of your other campaigns. It does not have the little beaker like it does if you were doing split testing. So you might even want to label it that it's CBO to remind yourself that, hey, this is one that I'm going to need to keep tabs on. So I'd let this run for a couple days and then come on in. If you're seeing that the metrics are looking fantastic for one of the other ad sets, shut off the ad set that isn't working for you. This is similar to split testing in that way, that we're going to make sure that we're gleaning insight from what is and what isn't working. So there you have it. I hope that was helpful. And if you don't have this ability already with your account, I promise you it is coming shortly.